What is up, guys? Welcome to another video, and today we are back for some more Need for Speed Payback, and today we have some exclusive off-road gameplay. So back at Gamescom, we actually got a chance to go ahead and play some off-road races behind closed doors, and this was the race that we played. So I've actually played this in person quite a few times. I think I had a good like 30 minutes on this race, like just consistently replaying it. So I have played this race quite a lot. So not only am I going to give my opinion on, you know, how the off-road physics work and how all that is, but as well as that, also going to show you guys a few new things which you may not have seen in terms of cars and other things that are actually in this gameplay. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into today's video. So the off-roading in Need for Speed Payback is really different. As you can see, we're in a BMW, I think this is an X6M, and it's fully kitted out. It's a full-on dirt car. It's made for off-roading. And one of the major things about this game is the car classes. So obviously you've got your drag, you've got your runner class, you've got your grip class, you've got your drift class, and then you've got your off-road class, and each class handles completely differently. One thing I specifically noticed is when I was in the dirt class, it felt completely different to the runner class. It's almost like you kind of mastering two different disciplines, which is quite cool. Now in this gameplay, you might also realize there's a few cars which we haven't seen yet, returning ones which I'm probably not going to mention, but there's one car which we haven't seen in any Ghost games made Need for Speed, and that was the G-Wagon. There's a G-Wagon in this race. I thought I'd just mention that because that was pretty cool. We haven't seen that, I don't think, in a Need for Speed ever, if I'm, you know, corrected. But anyway, back onto the gameplay. So you can turn brake to drift on and on. Again, that's in the tuning settings, but we're yet to see any gameplay of that, but that is a possible thing. And as you can see, it's very different. So the off-roading definitely feels like you're going off-road. You're gonna need to use the handbrake a lot more. You know, you're actually going to be sliding around a lot more as you would in, you know, off-roading generally. I think one thing which a lot of people will be pleased to hear is that you kind of need an off-road car to go off-road now. You know, you can do it in a runner car, but you're probably not going to have the best of times. In the end of the day, if you have a race car up against a dirt car, and then you try to race off-road, chances are that the dirt car is probably going to win every single time. It's not like Horizon, where, you know, you can just go off-road and you can just fly. It's not like that. It's kind of more similar to the Crew, where you actually kind of need that specific spec for the specific job, otherwise you're going to have a hard time. Even in an off-road car, you're still going to slow down off-road because you're going off-road. You know, you're not on like you're not on tarmac anymore. So that's a cool thing which I like to see. You know, for one thing for me, which I was really curious about, was how do the off-road physics actually feel? And if I can say so myself, in this gameplay at least, they are, you know, much better than I anticipated, and I actually really can't wait to mess around with them in the full game, because honestly, they're much improved from like other games that I've played. It really does feel quite rewarding. Now, one thing, I'm just going to go ahead and do a quick rewind, because we kind of missed something at the start of this video. The thing we missed is side bet. So as you can see on the front screen, there is a side bet. I don't know what the specific side bet was, but these can obviously change, and it will change depending on how much of the game you've completed, so you'll get harder ones later on in the game. But essentially, side bets are kind of like the betting mechanism in the game. So as you can see, there's odds and you've got to pay in to get in. So I think it was something like 500 credits to get in, and if you win, you get 2,500. And obviously, if you don't complete the side bet, you don't go home with anything and you lose 500 credits, because obviously that's what it costs to buy into the event. Really cool, and again, it has me in high hopes for some actual kind of wager system, and maybe in the game or in the future of the game, because that would be really cool to see. And that pretty much rounds it up for this off-road gameplay. And there's really not much else to say. You know, the gameplay kind of speaks for itself, so I'm going to try and let you guys watch as much of that as possible. It's really greatly improved is the main thing you need to take out of this. The physics as a whole greatly improved, and the off-roading, really, it's not one of those things where you can take a supercar race build off-road and expect to do well. You need these off-road built cars, and this is I think a good example of that. I think this kind of displays the physics quite well as well. You get a really good vibe and a really good like look into what the physics are going to be like, not only on road, but off-road as well. As well as that, it kind of shows a bit more of the map. I know like a lot of people saying that, you know, they haven't seen much of the map. I can assure you the map is absolutely insane, and you know, seeing a bit more of it in this kind of scenario, really cool. And if you do look into some of the exclusive gameplays that we've got over on the channel over the past few days, so the bait crates, you can see some really cool things in the map if you look a bit more into it. But anyway, that's been it from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, manage to go ahead and hit the like, subscribe. What do you think of the off-road gameplay that we have just seen? Let me know down in the comment section down below. I'll make sure to go ahead and reply to as many comments as possible. But anyway, that's been it from me. Stay safe and peace.